Clock in, clock in. Black guy just walked in.
I don't need nobody, only fuck with niggas from around my way. Fuck how you feel about it. I'm the one who's stepping for my section, but they still tryna block it. Had to throw the 8 up on my necklace, bitch, I'm tryna stop it, bitch. I don't even wash my clothes, cause I ain't never folded. Had to wipe a nigga nose.
Team, like, gotta stand up, man. Yo. Alright, y'all. If you watching this video right now, man, don't forget to leave a like, y'all. Right now, we about to get into another video, y'all, with this Young Thug situation, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, this video we about to watch is of a very important person in this case. If you don't remember this person, I'm gonna show you a video that'll make you remember him a little better.
Today,
What's gonna happen?
what's gonna happen? Somebody's supposed to get killed tonight.
Who?
You know who?
I don't know who. But there's so much going on in the city, I don't know who. You're gonna have to.
This is a murder that's about to take place with some very high people. And the stuff that I know right now, you know what I mean, she'll be able to help me get out of my situation.
So like,
I can tell y'all this much right here. I know people are gonna go do it. I can get the time when they gonna go do it. So y'all can catch me in the act. I know.
Who's the target?
One guess.
I mean, Lucci's locked up.
Shit,
I don't know. So how?
She always been tight.
Who?
Kill.
Yeah, he a little bit too hot out here. That boy definitely needs some milk, and I think they gave him a cigarette and some more stuff inside there, cause like he was ready to tell it all. Like, you get that boy a sandwich, he ready to tell it all. Get up out of there, ain't it, y'all? But man, I guess he's being called up on the stand, y'all, and let's see what he got to say in court in front of everybody, cause it's kind of different from being in an investigation room. Like, bro, you in court now, bro. You feel me? But again, to this video.
All right, Mr. Copeland, go ahead and approach the witness stand. Before you sit down, if you would turn and face Deputy Hand and be sworn as a witness.
Raise your hand. You swear affirm testimony to everybody get a quarter of the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, self?
Yes.
You maybe see you state your first and last name with the spelling of both, please.
He don't look like he want to be there, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And for some reason, don't quote me on this, but why it look like he finna lie? Why it look like he is not finna tell the truth, y'all?
You say that again?
State your first and last name with the spelling of both, please.
Kenneth Copeland.
Mr. Copeland, do me a favor. Pull your chair up as close as you can to the microphone and speak directly into it so we can all hear you. So if you could state and spell your first and last name for the record, please.
Kenneth Copeland.
So, please.
You gotta spell it, fam.
Spell it, please.
KennethCopeland.
All right, thank you, sir. All right.
And Mr. Copeland, good afternoon. Do you want to be here?
Ma'am,
Do you want to be here?
I'm here.
Okay. Well, are you going to let me ask you?
I don't think he want to be there, y'all. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, but yeah, he ready to go.
Some questions.
Okay.
How old are you?
Grown.
Okay, what does grown mean?
I'm an adult.
Okay. And when you say you're an adult, what number in years are you?
I plead the fifth.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get you to step outside to your headquarters of jury room?
Okay, now, y'all, as funny as that was just right there, y'all, I hope the jury was not in here to witness what just happened right there, because, boy, he need to put some milk on that head, boy, because he is way too hot out here, boy. Like, boy, how old are you? Grown? How old is grown? An adult. He snapped. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good comeback, though. I give you that one, though, brother.
All right, for sure.
Oh, this ain't finna go good, y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us.
Oh, that was in front of the jury.
Mr. Copeland, given the fact that you have invoked your Fifth Amendment privilege, but the state has already given you immunity under 24-5-507, this court holds you in willful contempt, and we'll see you on Monday. And we'll see if we can get some more testimony at that point in time. Take him into custody.
Oh, he going to jail.
All right. State, do you have any other witnesses you plan on calling this afternoon? No, Your Honor. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll call our jury and tell them that you're going to be in recess for the weekend, and we'll come back on Monday.
And then, Your Honor, the jury is excused. Would you please entertain a motion for a mistrial?
Mr. Steele, I'll entertain it right now.
I didn't want to hold the jury, but that'll be fine.
And what's the basis for your mistrial? We didn't know he was going to invoke. We didn't know what he was going to testify to, and I certainly didn't let him. He was only asked one question. So at this point in time, there's really, you can't knowingly let a witness invoke their Fifth Amendment privilege in front of a jury, but that didn't happen in this case.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but if you ask me, he didn't even have to say his name before I knew he was getting invoked. That right? You did. He looked like he did not want to be there. The look on his face let it know he didn't want to be there. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I kind of seen like a look the state attorney gave him when he was walking in, knowing that it's either he was gonna say some stupid shit or he wasn't gonna say nothing at all. And I feel like he did both.
Invoke their Fifth Amendment privilege in front of a jury, but that didn't happen in this case. Last thing we heard from Mr. Copeland was he was going to testify.
So everything you say, I'll adopt, because I was about to say those words. Based upon information belief, I'd like to call witnesses from the prosecution. I was told, I do not have the personal information, but I was told that Mr. Copeland made that known to officers of the prosecution team prior to being called right now.
But it's what I was told. The last thing the court knew, and he has counsel.
If a party knows that a witness is going to invoke the Fifth Amendment in front of a jury, which poisons us, there's no doubt it prejudices Mr. Williams et al., all of them, because this trial's been going on now, I believe, 8 months in front of a jury, and they've heard Mr. Copeland's name however many times a court reporter says.
Casey, that's what we've heard.
No,
so
the jurors have heard Kenneth Copeland.
And as well, okay.
I opened on him that he's the killer. We cross-examined all these witnesses about Kenneth Copeland. The state talked about Kenneth Copeland. My point is, if this honorable court finds that the state knew or had reason to believe that he was going to do this in front of a jury, that his response was going to be, I'm invoking the Fifth Amendment, then, Your Honor, yes, I adopt what you said. That's wrong of a party, and I'm moving for mistrial.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, our rules of
Yes, sir. It would apply to everyone. Yes, Ms. Love.
Your Honor, I'd just like to put some things on the record regarding Mr. Copeland. As we stated earlier, Mr. Copeland has...
I don't want to interrupt you. Your Honor, I'm just telling the court I am not accepting the proffer.
Your Honor, if I may...
Okay, but counsel gets the proffer, Mr. Steele. I can accept that. So could you sit down at this time, sir?
Sit down.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, Ms. Love, you can complete your proffer at this point.
Your Honor, yes.
Whoa.
Just to relate to the court the observations that members of our office have made throughout the course of this morning and throughout the time that we've been dealing with Mr. Copeland. Our cause for concern is Mr. Copeland's communication that he is going to us, that he is going to speak, that he is going to speak on the stand, that he is going to testify, and watching what happens when Mr. Copeland gets on the stand. Mr. Copeland did not want to have to be taken into custody. The court gave him the opportunity to have present in court with him someone who is supposed to be representing his best interests. What we have seen is communication, both verbal and nonverbal, between Mr. Copeland's supposed counsel and counsel for defendants. And a look as if I tried from Mr. Copeland's supposed counsel in the direction of counsel for the defendants after Mr. Melnick attempted to assert for Mr. Copeland. May I finish?
Let her finish, Mr. Melnick. Please sit down. I'll let you start.
All right,
okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
while Mr. Copeland is on the stand stating that he wants to testify, that he will testify rather. So we are watching, and Mr. Melnick, I believe it may even be captured on film. The court can look at it. Mr. Melnick turns to the direction of counsel for the defendants and motions like, that's it. Then, upon information and belief, as we are standing out waiting for the—
Am I tripping? Or it's a lot of animosity going on in here. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's a little bit too much animosity for me to even watch. Y'all, like, this is bad, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, Young Thug's lawyer is in for some crap, bro. If he real deal think he finna beef with the state attorney and the judge at the same time, because I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but it's a lot of animosity in the building. Like, it's a lot of emotions rubbing off in the building. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we need some milk in the courthouse right now. We need milk cut a little bit too hot out there in there. You dig what I'm saying? And like, yeah, man, this is kind of looking like it needs to go towards a mistrial, bro, because like, it's getting personal. You feel me? And I think Thug's life is on the line. You feel me? That's just my opinion, but like, okay, let's continue to watch it.
Jury to come in. Mr. Copeland requests to speak with counsel for the state, but Mr. Melnick keeps walking in. Then, as
Does he at any
Mr.
point in time
Copeland—
tell you I'm not going to testify? I'm invoke the Fifth Amendment.
No. As what happens, as Mr. Copeland requested to speak with the state, Mr. Melnick keeps going in regardless of Mr. Copeland's request to speak with the state. And then we learn that Mr. Melnick tells Mr. Copeland they are going to hammer you. So Ms. Hilton comes back in and asks me, had I spoken with Mr. Melnick? Had I told him that we are going to hammer Mr. Copeland? The state had not made any such communication with anybody. So what we are seeing, we believe, is tampering with witnesses, this particular witness on the part of people who are not the state. So we are concerned. I don't know that Mr. Copeland's interest is being represented when that interest may not be in alignment with the people that Mr. Melnick is communicating with on breaks and after Mr. Copeland has communicated to this court.
Y'all, it's getting messy, and she's just trying to use all these extracurricular words. Let me just tell y'all what she's basically saying. What she's saying is Copeland's lawyer, right? The dude that just walked out, bald head, you got killed and he got locked up. He's communicating with Young Thug's lawyer, and Young Thug's lawyer is telling him, hey, don't let Buddy say nothing. And then he's responding and telling Copeland, hey, Copeland, don't say nothing to the state because you shouldn't say something because they're going to railroad you. They're going to get you messed over. And she's taking a long ass time to say that. But y'all, that's basically what she's trying to say right now.
Watching the goings on as Mr. Copeland is not on the stand, it has been publicized, it has been hyped up that Mr. Copeland is the next witness. Mr. Copeland is the witness. And then Mr. Copeland, he's been nothing but cordial. He's been nothing but communicative with Ms. Hilton during the time that she has been interviewing him and speaking with him. And the reason Ms. Hilton was not in here just now when the jury came out is that Mr. Copeland asked to speak with Ms. Hilton. But Mr. Melnick kept going back in there and going back in there and going back in there. And the reason that we have a problem with this is that Mr. Copeland is not facing any charges. For Mr. Melnick to suggest or say to him that we're going to hammer him, it causes us to call into question whose interests he's representing. And so we would ask that, what I haven't even thought of in my mind an appropriate remedy at this point, because it is wrong for parties to inject themselves on behalf of purportedly one person. And I don't know, I guess they're, I don't know what's going on, but I can say that this entire day, starting from the point at which Mr. Melnick is invoking Mr. Copeland's Fifth Amendment right after Mr. Copeland has said he's going to testify, has gone a little off rails, and it's a little bit concerning. So, Your Honor, as to this motion for a mistrial, we would argue that it's caused by actions on the part of people other than the state, that Mr. Copeland got here and said what he did. So we will continue to speak with Mr. Copeland because Mr. Copeland doesn't have any charges that are open. If he asks to speak with us, which he has, we'll go and speak with him. And I'm not even certain what is going on behind me with respect to persons who are purporting to represent the best interests of Mr. Copeland. But it would appear to me that Mr. Copeland's best interest would be served by Mr. Copeland not being inside the Fulton County Jail. But that's just my opinion. So, Your Honor, I would ask that the court deny the motion for a mistrial at the very least. And if it goes any further, find that actions by people other than the state have led to us being where we are, because Mr. Copeland was at the point right before lunch of agreeing to testify. That is the reason we were ready to get started right before lunch, because now he's been told he's going to be hammered by his attorney. I guess he told him that I guess the state's going to hammer him. I don't even know what, but Ms. Hilton has gone over the questions that she has for Mr. Copeland. She has spoken with him about it. They have been speaking cordially with one another. And this idea that somehow someone is entitled to a mistrial as a result of this action on the part of Mr. Copeland is a farce under these circumstances. We'd ask that the court deny the motion.
All right.
Wow. She did take a long time to say exactly what I said, and she kept repeating it over and over again. I hope y'all guys noticed that. What kind of catches my attention is the fact that she said, we don't know what caused him to come here and act that way, then turns around and say, the reason he came and act that way is because his lawyer said we're going to railroad him. It's like, do you not know why he act that way, or do you know how he act that way? And then where you get that information from, sure? Like, how you know, like, that's what he specifically told him. How did that get back to you? You know, those are questions that definitely need to be asked. And I don't know, man. It's just the look on her face. You know, kind of seemed like she knew he was going to be up there on that bullshit. Y'all look at the look on her face real quick.
All right, Mr. Copeland, go ahead and approach the witness stand before you sit down, if you would.
Yeah, I don't know why she looked that way, and I don't know what she said either. But, you know, seeing that again kind of let me know, like, she probably did think he was going to tell before lunch, and then probably, like, peep something else right before. But who knows, man?
I'll let Mr. Melnick in just a second make whatever remarks he wants. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I would like, but my understanding is, I'm going to proffer this, but there's a great investigator who is looking at me, and I trust her. I'd like to call her as a witness. I was told, I was not there, I was told that, and I forget her name, I know her first name, but her last name. And Investigator Long, and I may be wrong, heard Mr. Copeland prior to coming in to the courtroom, almost immediately prior, state, and I'm reading from Mr. Kokomo, if I have to go to jail, then lock me up. And then the Honorable David Botts told me, as I was walking in, that he heard, he's right behind me, so he should be speaking for himself, but he heard Kenneth Copeland tell the prosecution, if I said the wrong people, please correct it, that he's invoking the Fifth. That's why I raised it. I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong. I'm saying that if a party knows or has a reason to believe that a witness may invoke the Fifth Amendment in front of a jury, we avoid that at all costs.
But the challenge we're having, Mr. Steele, is I do believe that there's probably been some behavior that probably wouldn't pass the good faith test of there's a lot of influences inside and outside. So I'm going to basically base it on the proffers of counsel and just remind you all of your professional responsibility requirements, okay?
Well,
so I'm going to
remind it all the time because I live them. I'm just telling the court that in order for you to deny my motion for a this is bad.
And I'm going to deny your motion, and I've made my ruling. So I'm done at this point in time, okay? In terms of this motion for mistrial.
Well, I would like to call the witnesses, but I understand what you're saying.
I'm not going to call any witness. I don't need any witnesses. Your proffers are fine.
Oh, man. I really want to know how y'all feel about this, y'all. You know, I'm going to just keep it to myself right now. For right now, y'all, we going to see a lot more videos, man. I'm just kind of keep how I feel to myself right now and watch more videos and kind of see, you know, what end up going on here, bro. You know? Y'all let me know in the comments, though.